Hi guys, I'm Raquel from MH Family Adventures, and today I'm going to share with you what it's been like over the last 6 months being a full-time content creator and business owner. Now, to give you a little bit of context, if you have not been following our family's adventures, we are MH Family Adventures, and we are cruise content creators on YouTube and social media. Now, we've been creating content related to cruising over the last 2 years, but only recently have we been doing this full-time. So about 6 months ago, I actually quit my full-time job, my full-time career, after going to grad school and earning my doctorate and everything. Just up and quit to pursue content creation, to pursue traveling, to pursue operating my business full-time. Now, we operate Major Adventures Travel Agency, which is a travel agency that focuses solely on cruising. So we've kind of been connecting our content creation with our travel agency to help grow our business. And I'm going to share with you guys today some of the highs, some of the lows, some of the questions that I get asked all the time about being a full-time content creator and business owner. Now, again, I've only been doing this full-time for about the last 6 months. And I have to tell you guys that it has been an adventure. Lots of highs, lots of lows. But it's definitely something I would encourage you to pursue if this is something that you would like to do full-time. And before we get started, if you aren't already following our family's adventures, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. You can subscribe to us here on YouTube. You can also follow us at MH Family Adventures on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. All right, let's jump in with some of the ups, some of the highs. So the best thing about being a full-time content creator, business owner, is flexibility. I am my own boss. I create my own schedule. I absolutely love that. I did not have that flexibility working brick and mortar before, and now I create my schedule. I work when I want to work, and I don't work when I don't want to work. Another high is that I'm able to be a full-time wife and mom. Now, to all of you educators out there, I give you guys so much praise, so much props, because we tend to take on our students and our teachers and our staff as our own families. And over the last 19 years, I feel like, I did not give enough to my family. So being able to be home full time with my children, with my husband, I absolutely love it because now I'm able to pour into my family what I've poured into other families over the last 19 years. Because I am a full-time content creator and business owner, I am able to travel regularly. Now, over these last 6 months, I have been on 9 cruises alone. Now, working brick and mortar, working in a school district, I was not able to cruise that often. And now that I'm full-time creating content, full-time operating my travel agency, I am able to cruise whenever I want to cruise. Whenever a great deal comes across, I'm able to book that and go. And so I've been on 9 cruises over the last 6 months. And that would not have happened if I did not quit my full-time job. And because I'm traveling regularly, my travel agency is booming. Guys, I'm not going to share with you an exact number, but I can let you know that I am approaching 7-figure sales this year alone. That is way above the 200,000 or so that I sold last year in cruises when I was working part-time or operating my agency part-time. So because I'm able to travel regularly and bring you guys that content, my business is growing. And so there's absolutely no regrets as far as leaving my school district to do this full time because business is good. And honestly, I'm making more money now than I was making as a full-time school administrator. And now that I'm able to do this full time, I'm able to strengthen my relationships and connections with some of our subscribers and supporters and clients. And that is something that I absolutely love about what I do, is that I'm able to connect with others. And it's a little bit different than being, in school or working and having those social interactions in person. But I'm able to connect with so many different people from across the world as we share our content and as I book cruises for people. Now, speaking of the social interaction, some of the things that I do think I'm missing as far as, or some of the lows with being a full-time content creator and business owner would be that social interaction. I tend to I'm home most of the time other than when I'm cruising. I am here, I'm working, I'm creating content, I'm doing these things. So I don't have some of those physical or in-person social interactions that I had when I worked outside of my home. So that is a downfall, especially if I'm not an extrovert, I'm an introvert, but I still do like to have some of that social interaction. So I would say for me, that has been somewhat of a low, as I do somewhat miss that. I absolutely miss being around students, being around teachers, but that comes with the territory. Something else to consider that I didn't even think about this when I quit my full-time job, because you had certain hours you had to come in, you had certain things that you had to do that was based on your job description. I don't have a job description. I don't have hours. So it takes a lot to self-motivate. So I have to make sure that every day I'm motivated enough to get up. I mean, it's easy just to sit on the couch, watch TV, listen to music, scroll through TikTok. But I have to push myself every day to get up, to look, to see, who's asking for inquiries as far as a cruise quote, pushing out content, booking cruises for our family, planning travel, doing all of these things. It requires a lot of self-motivation because before it was naturally built into my career. Now I have to really encourage myself to get up and make it happen every day. Another downfall with being a full-time content creator business owner is the unsteady income. And when I say that, it's not that we're not making enough income, and it's not that, my husband works, we bring in, good money, but it's just the fact that, like with a travel agency, you don't get paid until your clients travel. And so before, we were so used to getting, 2 paychecks coming in on certain days of the month. You knew exactly what was coming into your household. Whereas now, things kind of come in more sporadically because it happens as people travel, things like that. So that's something to consider. Now with content creation, you have a steady pay coming in as long as you're producing content. But that was something that took me a little bit of time to get used to. The algorithm. Now the algorithm, you probably hear about this a lot from other content creators, is that the algorithm doesn't always play fairly. And what I mean by that is, guys, we have over 500 videos over on YouTube. We are currently at a little over almost 12,500 subscribers. And again, we've been doing this for almost 2 years. We did grow more than double subscribers this year, but I just personally feel like our content is not being pushed out the way that it could or should be pushed out. And so learning the algorithm, not only with YouTube, but with TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and all of these different platforms, trying to figure out what is it that I need to do with my content to really get it out to other viewers and to build my subscriber base has been one of my biggest challenges, trying to figure all of that out, because you research and you find one thing and then you hear about it someplace else and you test it out and it doesn't work. So it's like you're constantly creating. I feel like I'm constantly testing out what's going to work best for all of these different platforms to really get the content out. And honestly, like I said, the algorithm, it feels like it changes all the time. Can't keep track of what's going on. And so that can be a challenge as far as if you're looking to really grow. Some people just have that luck and, they're pushing out amazing content and they're able to grow quicker than others. And some, it takes a little bit of time to grow. It has taken us quite some time to get to 12,500 subscribers, but we are steadily growing. But that algorithm, guys, that is probably the biggest headache of content creation. Creator burnout. Now that is something that I did not expect to happen being a full-time content creator, but guys, you get tired, and I'll be honest, you get tired sometimes of creating content. What I mean by that is a lot of these platforms expect you to push out content regularly so that you do get some favor with the algorithm. So when you're not publishing and pushing out content regularly, it doesn't help your channel. It doesn't help your social media platforms. And so if you guys follow us, you know that I release a full-length cruise vlog pretty much once or twice every week, every Friday for our TGI Fridays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and most Sundays I release something. And so just having to take time out to not only create the content, but to edit the content, then push it out there and create thumbnails and tags and this and that, it takes a lot of time. Not only with that, with content creation, trying to produce reels and shorts and different things like that, I'm pushing those things out almost daily. And guys, some days it's a struggle trying to figure out what can I put out there that's going to go viral or something that's people are actually going to watch. You have hits, you have misses, guys. I have some videos on TikTok that have hit 1 million views. I have some on TikTok that I thought should hit 1 million views that are only at 200 views. So again, just creating that content, and sometimes it can be demoralizing when you realize, okay, I spent, a half hour to an hour creating this one reel and it only hit 200 viewers. So that to me has been probably one of the biggest lows, is that you never know what you're gonna get. You put the content out there, and again, the algorithm's gonna do what the algorithm's gonna do. But just taking the time to create can be a challenge because you're not only creating, you're having to look for trends. So you're not only creating content, you're watching content. You're trying to figure out what music to put with your content. You're trying to figure out what are people actually wanting to see. So that can create some burnout when you're doing it daily. Just trying to make sure you keep those creative juices flowing and things like that. So content creation, the burnout is real. Speaking of the content creation portion, the amount of screen time, guys, this was something also that I was not expecting. I feel like 80 to 90% of my day is spent in front of a screen, whether it's on my computer, pushing out quotes for clients or helping them plan excursions and different things, or it's me actually holding my camera up, my phone up to actually film content. It's me editing, it's me looking at other reels, trying to get things that I can take, things that have gone viral, that are trending, that I can take and make it my own. It is constantly being on your phone, constantly being on your device. So if you are someone that's looking to get into content creation, keep in mind, like I was not a person that was in my phone before or was always on social media, but now that is my life. That is what I do. That is how I get paid. So I must be on my device, on my phone, on my iPad, either filming, editing, creating, pushing out information to clients. And that can be a challenge if you're not used to that amount of screen time. So as you see, there's about equal amounts of ups and lows as far as being a full-time content creator. But I have to tell you guys, I've absolutely loved doing this for those last 6 months. It has been kind of cool to see that, after doing something for so many years that, you don't have to stick at doing what you went to school for. You don't have to, you can change things up for a little bit. Now, do I think I'm going to do this full time moving forward and retire from this? That I don't know. But I can tell you that it's kind of given me a new sense of life to be able to see that, okay, I can do these other things just as well as I did, being a school administrator, being an educator. So don't hesitate in making a transition if you feel like, maybe your time is up doing something else, or maybe you need a pause, because I do think maybe this is a pause for now. Don't hesitate to do that because it's fun doing what I'm doing, but again, it can be tiring. Now here's the question. I'm sure that you guys are watching this video to find out, how much do I get paid on YouTube? I'm gonna put that amount right here. This is how much I've made in YouTube in 2023. Now, keep in mind, this is based on ad views. This is based on, the number of views on my videos. And as my subscriber base grows, as I continue to push out more content, I anticipate that number growing to probably triple that amount by the end of next year. So when you see this, and I know not everyone shares how much they get paid on YouTube because some people think it's a lot, some people feel like it's not. Guys, it's a lot of work to push out this content. But keep in mind, I do have a full-time business, so I get paid there. I get paid on other social media platforms. YouTube is my primary source of social media or content creation revenue. And so that's what I got from YouTube for this year. Now keep in mind, that goes strictly to our cruises. So pretty much whatever is poured into YouTube, I take it out, and that's what we use for our travels. And it really helps us balance things because what comes in from our business standpoint, as far as our travel agency, that goes to our household. What I make on social media, what I make on YouTube is what we use for our personal family travels, things like that. But guys, it takes work to build up. So I'm saying this because this isn't what we had last year. This is way more than double than what we had last year. And so it takes time to build up. Imagine what this would be once we hit 100,000 subscribers. Right now we're at 12,000. We anticipate by the end of next year being about 25 to 30,000 because we're gonna continue pushing out content. But guys, there's money to be made in content creation. It takes time, it takes work, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of persistence, it takes a lot of trial and error. So if you are one pushing out content, keep doing it. Don't look at, the pennies that YouTube's paying you now, because it could become this. And then just imagine 100,000 subscribers, what that'll look like. And let me also say, this does not include social media platforms because we are monetized on Facebook. We're partially monetized on Instagram currently. And we are just 200 followers away from being monetized on TikTok. So if you're not following us on TikTok, please be sure to go over there and follow us there. So you're gonna get multiple streams of income publishing the same content on different platforms. So definitely keep that in mind. That is a positive because I'll take one video, one short, one reel, and I'll publish it on all different platforms and I'll get paid from all the different platforms. But again, YouTube is our primary platform. That's where we get most of our content creation money from. Something else to factor in being a content creator is the value of any sponsored, hosted, paid collaborations, gifted products, different things that you are given to produce content for. So for 2023, our total currently is about $12,000 worth of either gifted hotel stays, resort stays, anything along those lines that we received products to produce either content or to produce some sort of review on. So that is another perk of being a content creator, is that you have the opportunity to collaborate with many different brands. We honestly just started either having brands or companies to reach out to us to produce content. We've also done a lot of outreach ourselves. Now that's also one of the cons, is that you might do a lot of outreach and either not hear back or get told no, which is fine because, you know, one opportunity doesn't work out, there's another one there for you. So for this year, when we add up all of the brand deals and sponsorships that we received, it's about $12,000. Now I can tell you that already for 2024, we have surpassed that. So stay tuned for 2024 because we have a lot coming. But factor that in, that is a positive, that is a plus. And you can factor that in as revenue, as income, because that's things that you didn't have to pay for to produce content. So I'm not only getting these sponsored deals or brand deals, but I'm taking that content and creating content on YouTube, getting paid on YouTube, and it's building my travel agency. So it's a win-win. But yeah, so super excited for some of the things we have planned for 2024, and so thankful for all of the sponsors that reached out to us or that said yes to us in 2023. So our goals for 2024 is to continue creating content, plan to continue doing this full time, to really start pushing out more and more content, to figure out this algorithm. That is our biggest goal for 2024, but to continue to grow our subscriber base, our followers, and to work on getting some more sponsorships and brand deals. That is our ultimate goal for 2024. And like I said, me traveling and cruising and doing all of these different things not only helps the content creation side of things, it also helps with my travel agency. Am I tired of being a content creator, a full-time content creator? No, not yet. Still plan to go strong in 2024. Not tired of it. Again, I do have moments of burnout. I do. But overall, I'm enjoying it. I think it's fun. It's kind of cool to be able to edit and create things and then share it with people. But again, the burnout of having to engage with everyone and answer comments and questions and pushing that content out and watching content. Yes, that can be tiring, but overall, as a content creator, I am not tired and I'm not stopping. Do I plan to go back to school next year? As of now, I do not plan to go back to school in 2024. I plan to continue this pattern of cruising regularly. Currently already have 1 to 2 cruises per month booked. So plan to continue to cruise and create more content to share with you guys, to encourage families to get out there and cruise and travel, budget-friendly travel. So that is kind of our goal. And yeah, so no, I do not plan on going back to school next year, but you know, things happens, life happens and things could change. So right now, praying on it, don't have to go back to school next year. And so yeah, I think that's about it as far as being a full-time content creator. Again, full-time content creator for the last 6 months. It has been a roller coaster, but I've learned a lot over this time. I plan to take a lot of what I learned into 2024, plan to do this full-time in 2024, and I plan to bring you guys a full review at the end of 2024 to let you know how a full year of being a content creator worked out. How much did we get paid on social media and on YouTube? And of course, we're gonna share with you all of our cruise travel content that'll be coming out. Again, we are currently booked on 14 cruises for 2024. So if you aren't subscribed, please consider subscribing and Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We want to continue to grow those social media platforms. And if you have any questions about being a full-time content creator, please be sure to drop a comment and I'll do my best to answer those. And if you're looking to start up a travel agency, I get a lot of questions about what does it take to become a travel agent, start up a travel agency. I do plan to do a live stream in January of 2024. So be sure to turn that notification bell on so that you are notified when I go live to answer all of your questions about how I started up my business and how I almost reached $1 million in sales being full-time over the last 2 years. So thanks for watching this video. Again, if you have questions, be sure to drop those in the comments. And again, thank you so much for supporting our family, supporting our adventures, and we will see you guys in 2024.